A Beaumont School District employee and a woman who was fired from her job with BISD pleaded not guilty today to federal charges of embezzling more than $4 million from the school district in their first hearing since their indictment. It was the first hearing since a grand jury indicted Devin, McCraney and Sharika Allison last week. McCraney is the director of finance. Allison is the former BISD Comptroller. They were indicted on 1 count of conspiracy and 18 counts of fraud. As Leslie Rangel reports, we heard no comments from either McCraney or Allison. They walked into the Beaumont Federal Building quiet and subdued.
Former BISD Comptroller Sharika Allison quietly sobbed as she walked into the Jack Brooks Federal Building, hiding tears behind sunglasses.
You don't have anything to say?
Director of Finance Devin McCraney followed shortly after, expressionless and without any words. Allison and McCraney were in federal court to enter their pleas. They're accused of stealing and embezzling millions of dollars from the school district.
A real eye-opener as we sat in there, and the length of time it took for the judge to read about each wire transfer, the amount of money.
School board member Tom Neild is referring to amounts read by Judge Hawthorn from the indictment. According to court documents, the two began transferring money from the district into accounts under their names in August of 2010. That was shortly after McCraney was promoted to director of finance. And the transfers continued. 19 transfers, according to the indictment, totaling more than $4 million. The last transfer was made in October of last year. Less than 2 weeks later, the FBI raided the district, including the homes of both McCraney and Allison.
The teachers get less supplies and so forth and sit there, and then shortly after that leave and still transfer more money. It's just it's hard to even comprehend how someone could do that.
Both pleaded not guilty, holding on to their innocence.
Well, I feel very confident. He's a good man. It's my pleasure to represent him. So I look forward to working for him and working with him.
But not everyone feels that way.
Well, I think it just shows how heartless and how greed has set in.
In Beaumont, Leslie Rangel, Fox 4 News.
Now, when the hearing ended, McCraney and Allison left. The judge set certain conditions for their unsecured bond. He told them not to leave the state or country and to avoid contact with anyone that might be directly or indirectly affected by the embezzlement. The judge set a pretrial hearing date of February the 27th, and a trial by jury is set for March 3rd.